Hello, Remnant. This is Michelle Shannon, and I just wanted to check in with you today. Um, I've got a lot going on. I'm sure you do too because of the holidays. But I have a few minutes before I head into work, and I wanted to take some time to just check in with everybody. Today, I'm inspired to talk about, and I don't want to do current events, but how it relates to all that we pay attention to in our spiritual walk, in our journey. Rob Reiner, that whole horrible current event, him and his wife Michelle. So sad. But I was struck by something that I wanted to share with you that I think creates food for thought. So I watched an interview that he did, and he was talking about how he wanted to make a movie about the 60s, and how that was such a how when President Kennedy died in 1963, that changed the world and our country, and it was the beginning of this whole revolution, or this era that he wanted to talk about and discuss and raise consciousness about. And he talked about how in that time there were all these leaders that were promoting that what Jesus taught, to love one another and be kind to each other and do unto others as you would want done to you. And there was this whole time in our history when there were people like Martin Luther King Jr. and President Kennedy and his brother as well, and just different people that were trying to promote a positive mindset, and they were being killed. And he was saying they were promoting what Jesus was promoting, love one another type thing. And he said they were killing Jesus. And it was like they were killing Jesus over and over again because they were representing what Jesus represented. And I thought that was just an incredible observation that I hadn't really put together, and I wanted to share that with you. And then I thought, and then it just continued on with him, because he repeatedly in interviews talked about this concept of Jesus, do unto others as you would want done to you, and he was promoting it. And then it was driven by the spirit of evil that he was killed too. And I thought, oh wow, that's just really incredible and something to ponder. So I share that with you. Just a terrible, terrible thing that happened, and then it spiraled on to a leader who just spewed hate over this circumstance, which was very, very telling about the leadership in our country and about the lack of the Christian mentality in our world and in our leadership, and things to ponder. And so then what's our takeaway? What's our takeaway after all is said and done? I feel like I need to breathe because I'm on a rant. What is our takeaway? What should it be? I think that's something that I'd like to have you ponder, and then share in the comments below. What should our takeaway be from all of this? And I want to add to one more point, that I was really disappointed to find that even though Rob Reiner talked about Jesus Christ often in his interviews, when I looked it up, it said that he stated that he was not religious and that he was atheist. So what I find incredibly tragic is the fact that even though he was sharing the light of Christ with some of his thoughts and some of his observations and with his life, he never really got it. He never really got the message of Jesus Christ, which is the message of salvation, and that it is through him that we will have eternal life. But we have to accept what he did for us, which is die on the cross. And apparently he never accepted that, which makes the whole story even more tragic. So my takeaway, understanding all of this and looking at all of this and discussing all of this, my takeaway is very simple. First of all, as Christians, true Christians, part of the remnant army, the last Christians of all time, knowing that we're living in the last days, two things. Spiritual battle. This is a spiritual battle. Is good versus evil. Is obvious. It's so incredibly obvious. And then we have our work cut out for us. Like I read in the interior locution in my last message that an interior locution that Jesus gave me. He told me that my job was not to save the world, but my job was to tell people about what Jesus did, which was die on the cross for our salvation. And that is, he is the way. He is the only way to get into heaven, and it's about accepting what he did for us. And so we have our work cut out for us, because we need to spread the word, and we need to do what all good Christian soldiers, warriors do, and that is pray for the salvation of souls. And there is not much time left. And you know, there are so many souls out there that are going to die tomorrow, unexpected deaths, and we need to pray for them. Pray that just to say your prayers and spend time with the Lord. And also, there's this saying, nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, which is from Desiderata. And I think what that is really about is strengthening yourself spiritually through the Word, reading the Bible, and through spending quiet time alone with the Lord, and through letting the Lord speak to your soul, inspire you. And even if you don't hear it through thought, interior locutions, you may just be motivated in a certain way where you just know you need to do this or say this or go pray this or what have you. Let the Lord inspire you, and just keep on keeping on in the way of being that strong warrior, because, and I know there's more I could be doing that I'm not doing, making more time for the Lord. And it's especially challenging when we're getting ready for the holidays. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for listening to my video. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And I hope to be back again to wish you Merry Christmas. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. Love you. Bye-bye.